let's do a little get ready with me. Are you calling me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you were here last, did I happen to give you my blue ski jacket?
I took my mom's ski jacket and we're going skiing tomorrow, and I brought that back so that I could use that jacket. And so, pretty much, one of us won't have a ski jacket. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, guys. So I am going to be curling my hair a little bit. And I have to curl my hair, so I am going to go shopping with my dad. My dad is probably one of the best shopping buddies, shopping partners ever. Because one, he really understands color profiles, which is really good. He actually picked out my prom dress. He's picked out all of my clothes. And in this new season of my life, he has picked out the style that looks best for me. It's so funny because he's like, Ralph Lauren, that is your designer. And I'm like, perfect. Okay, great. So we're gonna go shopping today, and then afterwards we're gonna end up sitting down and talking about all of the new film ideas that I have for this upcoming year, because I really need to sit down and I need to plan that out. So even all the short films that you've seen that are currently populated on my YouTube page, all of those were kind of, for the most part, curated. I knew what I was going to do. Obviously with the superpower one, that kind of sparked up a whole new, hey, let's do episodes, which I felt like was very successful, and also was the first foray into my sci-fi thing going on here, which I really enjoyed. So I don't know if I want to stay within the sci-fi genre with all of the ideas that I have for the upcoming months, but my idea is to do I wanted to do one idea a month and then create episodes monthly, which would ideally be kind of like short films. So nothing would be longer than around 2 minutes long each episode. But I actually did put out kind of like a casting call yesterday on my TikTok, which was really, really interesting. Because I got a lot of responses, and even I got one of my friends, and she owns a modeling agency. She reached out, and she was like, hey, if you want to use the girls at the modeling agency, let me know. I'm like, that is such a good idea. But I feel like I'm a believer, guys, so I'm just going to come at this from the viewpoint of a believer. Also, can we talk about this curl? Stop it. But I feel like in this new season, the Lord is really calling me to kind of step up and truly be a leader in what I'm doing, which I do. All of the short films that I've been doing right now have been me and me only, which makes things really easy because I can film whatever I want, I can do all of that, but where I want to be in my life, I won't always have the luxury of that, or I will never have the luxury of that. I have to plan things out. I have to make things concise. And I think some of these short films I can do. Others, I do need more people. I need help. And now that, I have other actors, or I have access to other actors for that type of help, I think, the Lord is asking me to step up and step out, which is honestly, it kind of terrible. Crap. That's what happens when you don't do it right. But the Lord is asking me to kind of like step up and step out, which, I don't know, it just kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I think it'll be good. So I'm going to end up reaching out to all these people, and here's also my thing. So we are doing like a short film based off of the superpower, the teleportation short film that I did starting that back in October. So we're doing kind of like a really big episode 1. So we're doing casting calls. I already have my director, I have my DP. These are all industry professionals, which I'm really excited about. Ideally, we're going to start filming that in April. So I think right now, even, building up to that, I'm really, really excited about. Actually, makeup. Sorry, guys. So I've been taking fiber pills. I feel like one of them just like dissolved in my throat. I can taste the fiber. I can taste the fiber. And there's a lot of nervousness with that. You know, I freak out a little bit just because it's like, okay, I feel like I am now being called to step up a little bit more. I even a lot bit more, which I need to. And it's just, God, it's so nerve-wracking. It is so nerve-wracking. But I know that I have people around me who want to help me. I have a bunch of people who are like, whatever you need, like, I will also work for free, which is so kind. And regardless, I think, especially at this level, we're all helping each other out. So, sorry, hold on, let me just do a full face. Yesterday, during one of my Get Ready With Me's that I posted on TikTok, someone ended up commenting and they're like, I can't believe that you left LA and went to Atlanta to do a lot of your work. And they're currently in they're currently in LA right now. And I was like, man, I gotta be honest with you. So when I initially moved, let me back up. When I was initially in Missouri, I was there, and if you know, you know, I played soccer for the University of Missouri. I was on scholarship, played D1, baby, D1. But, so I was on scholarship, and so I ended up working in the ticket office for a little bit, which was part of a separate company, and then they ended up bringing me into development, and development was fundraising for the athletic department. So I was there for about 2.5 years, and then during the pandemic, I was like, I don't want to stay here. I'm bored, I'm tired, and I gotta go. So I immediately just like booked it. August of 2020, I felt like I had two choices. I can move back home to LA and try and make it work, or I can move to Atlanta and try and make it work. Now, a lot of people would be like, I don't know why you didn't choose LA. I'm like, yeah, you know, it makes sense. But in my mind, I could always come back to LA. I have family, I have community, I know people here. But I also feel like the industry in LA, obviously, like, nepotism is a thing, right? But outside of nepotism and all, like, I felt like it was harder. And also at the time I was kind of like pursuing music, my rap career. It was crazy, wild time. So I was like, you know what, let me just move to Atlanta. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work in Atlanta, I can always go back home. That was my thing. I can always go back home. So went to Atlanta and just got around a group of really wonderful creatives. Or I was around a lot of people who were in the industry. I was music and film. And I tell people all the time, guys, start volunteering for your local churches. Most notably your local churches that are big, because I promise you that there will be someone in the industry adjacent, who works there in the AV department. You have to volunteer in the AV department, because that's kind of what did it for me. I ended up just meeting so many people, and also try to be charismatic and likable. If you're not charismatic and likable, you know, just be present. Just be present. It'll work out fine. But you know, that was just kind of my thing. And I ended up going back to filming, and I ended up making that whole TV show, whatever. So, yeah. Like, October of 2022, I decided to just start posting a lot of the things I was doing, because we started doing a TV show that I wrote, directed, produced, acted in. So I was like, all right, you know, so we did that. But as I started making short films and doing that in October, things just really started to kind of like pop off for me on, you know, who's texting me? You know, people really enjoyed my work, and I felt fulfilled, not from other people liking my work, but because I was doing the work that I've always wanted to do in a space where I felt loved and supported, and my family supported me, because they did not support me moving out to Atlanta. Let's just talk about that. Everyone was just like super scared, and everyone just thought I was crazy. But like, upon seeing the things that I was doing for you know, for my show with these short films, it was just kind of like everything completely changed for me. My whole thing, you don't have to stay in LA. You don't have to continue to work in the industry. And even so, Ryan Johnson, R-I-A-N Johnson, he's the director of Knives Out. It was a podcast that has Jason Bateman in it. I don't remember the name, but he actually said work, like it's better to not necessarily work in the industry, but it's better to work a job that will pay you to be able to do the things that you need to do to make a name for yourself in the industry. So my mom is currently in here doing her hair. So you may see an elbow pop in every now and then. But yeah. So pretty much what I was saying is as long as you were creating your own content, and make sure that you create your own content, do your own thing, I don't think that you should really worry about a position within the entertainment industry. I think, and I've heard this from friends and also other people in the industry, now they say that going the production's assistant route isn't necessarily helpful for people who want to like create movies. Yes, like you're still on set, you're doing all that stuff, but it kind of gives like a facade that you're close to the industry, but you're actually like you can't do anything to get to like the place that you want to go. Like thank God for social media and thank God for the internet. So you don't necessarily have to do that. You don't have to go that route. You can do your job and what you want from anywhere in the country, really. Like people will flock to talent. So one, make sure that you're creating your own content. Two, make sure that you're using social media to promote your content and so that people can see your content publicly. Otherwise, no one's going to come up to your front door, hey, are you Jasmine Johnson? Because I just had a feeling that you made good content. I just had a feeling. No one's going to do that. So make sure that you promote your stuff. Make sure that you publicize the things that you do. Those are honestly like my biggest tips. So do that. You don't have to be in Atlanta or New York to really be fully in the entertainment industry. You don't have to be, because it's worked out really well for me just being in Atlanta. Yes, I am from LA. Yes, I do have a couple connections, but it's not, most times, especially people in LA, I just find that they're a little bit funny about you also using their connections. So I just kind of stay away from that. It's a bit weird to me. In Atlanta, like people in Atlanta, and I feel like people outside of these major cities that entertainment is known for, and I feel like Atlanta is actually up and coming with that, but people are more willing to help. Because it's not known like, oh yeah, I am somebody. No one's necessarily full of themselves like how they are and how people are seen out here. So, do your job from anywhere in the country, and when it's required of you, people will find talent. So whenever it is required of you, then you can move out to LA. But make sure that you have standing, make sure that you have content, make sure that you have all of that. And the industry is not going to leave you behind. It's going to be around for many, many years. So don't even worry about that.